The Library of the Unwritten by A.J. Hackwith follows the head librarian of the Unwritten section of Hell's Library as she searches Earth for the Devil's Bible to keep it from getting into the wrong hands. Okay, let's talk pacing. Overall, I'd say it was a well-paced book with maybe 2 issues for me. The first was the introduction to one of the main characters, Leto. He appeared in the first chapter. When we switched to his POV, I didn't really understand who he was. And by the end of the story, still wasn't sure how he was connected to the library and why he was even with the other characters on their quest. I'm calling this a pacing problem because I'm assuming the information was there, but not delivered in the right pacing to call attention to it. But who knows, maybe my kids distracted me. The other pacing issue occurred towards the ending. I'm really struggling with endings lately. Big battles are just not keeping my attention. I've noticed that once the ending comes and it's time to face the bad guys in a big battle, so many stories lose the tension. Because this happens at the end of the book, I'll refrain from spoiling it, but I'll leave it probably a pretty long text flash for anyone interested in my full opinion. The Library of the Unwritten has a few different settings. The characters jump between heaven, Hell's Library, and present-day Earth. The present-day Earth was, it was present-day Earth with very mild urban fantasy vibes. Hell's Library was a fun, unique setting. Sure, it felt like a library, but a library where the book's characters come alive and in hell. So that means it has all kinds of fun quirks. I wasn't as fond as Heaven, which admittedly might be the point. Heaven was portrayed as an office. I don't know, I'm just a little bored of the motif. It just feels like it's been done a lot. Of the 3 settings, we spent the least amount of time in Heaven, so I mostly shrugged it off. The character work in the Library of the Unwritten was one of its strongest points, with an asterisk. There's a trend I'm noticing in so many books lately, and this has been the reason I've put books down after 1 chapter. I need to see the characters, and one description isn't enough. I want to be inside their skin, inside their perspective, and so many books simply don't cut it. Having said that, the Library of the Unwritten does okay at this. A moment in the novel perfectly describes the okayness. There is a character who is a fallen angel. Even though I knew he was a fallen angel, he occurred to me as human until somewhere beyond halfway through the book, when his black wings were mentioned. Sure, maybe they'd been mentioned earlier and I'd missed them, but for real, do his wings not work? Why does he occur as human? He should be flying around, pulling his wings in as he goes through doors, leaving a trail of hellish feathers. Something. But I did say the character work was done well. One of the major themes of the story is that people or unwritten characters, demons, angels, librarians, beings, have the ability to choose. They can choose heaven or hell or Asgard, and a lot of time is dedicated to understand the characters and why they made the decision that landed them in the different afterlives. It was an incredible exploration of personal perspective and how that can change with retrospection, as well as the influence of new outside perspectives. It's time to play Kiss, Marry, Kill. For Kiss, I'm gonna pick Brevity. She is a muse, and I just loved watching her journey, trying to figure out her place in the afterlife. Plus, she's a muse. She just fits the Kiss criteria. For Mary, I'm going for Ramil. He's a fallen angel that wishes he hadn't fallen, and he turns out to be protective and generally a good person. He just seems like really solid marriage material. Ignoring the fact that he's a fallen angel, of course. For Kill, I'm gonna pick a character that's a little spoilery, so cue text flash. Hey, my name is Kevin Rother, and welcome to the Book Dimension. Thanks for joining me on my adventures through worlds beyond our own. I just recently finished reading The City of Stairs by Robert Jackson Bennett. Hit that subscribe button to catch that video when it comes out and learn more about a world abandoned by its gods. In the meantime, here are my thoughts on The Magicians by Lev Grossman, another urban fantasy full of existential crises.